Hello, YouTube world. JM Astrology here again. And this time, I have another very intriguing astrology reading for you here. This might be a shorter video, just because it's kind of spur of the moment. But this is something I actually looked at a while ago. I think I looked at the chart of Tool's Fear Inoculum album, and look at what's going on here in the chart. Dude, like a grand earth trine, this insane stellium here in Virgo, the sign of being organized, being OCD, being practical, detail oriented, is in a grand trine with Uranus and Taurus, and then that is also in trine with Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn. A lot of intense trine energy, a lot of big collective purging, and a lot of perhaps a lot of nervous energy too. But here's another very interesting point. If you see this diamond shape right here, now I put in for the release time at 12 midnight in Los Angeles, because well, that's where they recorded it, and that's when most albums are released anyway. It's at midnight, so I just assumed that. But if this really is the chart, I could certainly see it being the case, because if we look here, there's a very strong prominent T-square between this Ascendant Gemini, and mind you, the fortune is there. And then look at what is literally opposite of that, Jupiter in Sagittarius on the 7th house, and then we got the Black Moon Lilith and Neptune conjunct in Pisces, and then way on the bottom of that, look what we got. We have Venus there in the 4th house, and then it being combusted by the sun, along with all of these other planets here, Mercury, Mars, and Moon. Now, I'm not sure if they really went into this album perhaps with a very clear vision of what they wanted. They were looking to inspire the world, perhaps heal people. Oh, sorry, that's my computer. Just give me a moment. Sorry. Now, I'm not sure if they, while recording this, they were extremely, they had a very strong vision for what they wanted. A lot of their mental energy was focused on perfecting their craft, perfecting the aesthetic, what the message they were going for, something that resonated with their soul, regarding something about how they felt, and then regarding how they took action upon making the album in private, which would definitely suggest why they haven't spoken out loud about it. The Jupiter here in Sagittarius on the 7th house would probably tell and reveal a lifting of legal bindings and obligations. As a matter of fact, the fact that there is so much exaltation energy too, especially with Jupiter being exalted in Sagittarius in the 7th house, legal proceedings and such things definitely got lifted around the time they made the album. I think they started recording it in March of 2018 from what I researched. And I think the ultimate goal they were looking for is to expose humanity to what was really going on. And I think a lot of it really was to bring a sense of awareness of things that are going on underneath governmental structures, going on within banking systems, going on within our material consumerist world. And I think a lot of it was trying to bring and shed light upon that. Which that's kind of one of Tool's major, that is one of their major accomplishments as a band. That's one of their main objectives as a band. And what else was I going to touch on? Well, actually, I just noticed Well, interesting too, because the Neptune is literally literally in conjunct with the 11th house, which is the house of the collective consciousness, natural ruler of Aquarius, Saturn, which its natural ruler is in Pisces. It's so interesting and so fascinating. Just look at how perfectly aligned this is. If they release this album literally like a day after or a day before, it wouldn't have it just wouldn't have been as immaculate. Just look at this. Look at this perfect symmetry. And what's Tool all about? Tool's all about, you know, they incorporate a lot of occult symbolism, a lot of the Fibonacci sequence, and I think they definitely hit the nail on the head with this release. There's definitely from what I can see, a it's a it's an awareness of being that the Gemini is the natural ruler of Mercury. It's saying in the fourth house. It's an awareness of the self, awareness of how one perceives oneself and how well one can identify in their own soul and their personal life, and not be and to not let smoke and mirrors or illusions catch up to them, but also to let themselves be liberated through seeing through false projections and ideas of perfectionism. I'm not sure if they premeditated this or if they perhaps just released this on a whim, but yeah, that is pretty amazing. Oh, and something else I just noticed too. Well, not only is the vertex in Scorpio exposing hidden truths, yada yada yada. The South Node is in Capricorn here, conjuncting Saturn and Pluto, and the South Node K2 is all about trying. It's not about abandoning past life talents and things that we brought from a past life, but it's rather, I mean, this is our natural home. It's also where we naturally fit in. And Rahu is the comfort zone. It's like the big wide world. It's the jungle. Like every time you go out in the world, it's scary. It's volatile. I mean, it also rules Aquarius in Vedic astrology, and it being in Cancer on the second house cusp, I think is very indicative of finding a new home, finding a new shelter within yourself, finding new value in seeing outside of the box, seeing outside of the normal things that we're used to, and literally just seeing through the bullshit. And it's literally all highlighted in his chart. The Chiron in Aries, I would have to say, I would say that that probably ties into the fact that there may have been some healing through perfecting their craft, through healing themselves and through finding out these hidden truths, and well, basically just exposing them and just warning people that there is a shift in consciousness, that there is this almost awakening of sorts. I mean, this is not a coincidence in my opinion. This is either premeditated or it could be spur of the moment. I don't know what the case is. Either way, it is very, very fascinating indeed. Well, guys, I mean, Maynard or Adam Jones or Justin Chancellor or Danny Carey or someone in the Tool family happens to find this, I hope that sheds some light on I hope that it sheds some light on your album there. Oh wait, actually, oh shit, I just realized. Wait, did I say this was the ruler of Venus? No, this is Aquarius. Doi. Ruler of the 10th house in 8th house. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. 10th house of public reputation and image, right along the 8th house cusp with Pluto giving a light influence there too, a moderate influence upon Saturn in Capricorn, redefining social structures, transforming ideas of how we work and how we spend our time and effort into and ways that we find ourselves and dig into ourselves spiritually. Yeah, man, really intense stuff, but it's really fascinating. Yeah, just thought I'd clarify that. And also the vertex, as far as I know, it's considered a destiny point, but I don't know enough about it. But apparently it shows like one of the main things that we're here to fix in this life, along with the Wheel of Fortune, but I gotta do more research on that. But I mean, the fact that the vertex is in Scorpio and it is in sixth house would have me have to figure, and especially because, I mean, regardless of the fact that the sixth house cusp is in Libra, the vertex is still making a moderate aspect onto the sixth house, which does tell me that there is this destined purging, that there is this transformation that must happen within our daily lives. And what does the sixth house naturally rule? Virgo. Virgo. But I mean, then again, what is the sixth house cusp in? It's in Libra, which is ruled by Venus, changing our ideas of thinking, of what we really need within our lives, of how we think about value, what we take our action in, how we use our energy to reap earthly benefits. I mean, the fact that this chart is very earth influenced does give me kind of a vibe of it's literally here to, I don't want to sound like some edgy guy or whatever, but it's all about, it really is all about utilizing earth energy in the best way and transforming it for the good of the self as well as others in humanity. I mean, if for those of you that don't know and you think I'm just saying some woo-ha shit, do some research on these planets and then come back to me when you have things a little more figured out. But other than that, I think I will finally conclude this video. If you found it insightful, don't be afraid to share with your friends. If you want to debate with me in the comments and prove me wrong, go right ahead. I would be glad to hear different perspectives. Anyway, have a good day, guys. Also, I know I have to get on the Lana Del Rey reading. I'm gonna get on that at some point. I don't know when I'm gonna get on it, but I just thought that I would share this. And I also want to do a reading on Fred Durst as well. And I literally have a whole list of other celebrity charts I want to read. So yeah, until next time, take care, guys.